Alright, buddy, in today's video we're going to be breaking down the world record gameplay for solos. In case you guys didn't know, there was an update to solos called the Stimulus Solos, where basically as long as you have 4,500 in your inventory, you will be able to buy yourself back. So with the addition of this brand new mode, you're able to get a lot more kills, and a lot of people have been requesting, hey, can we feature somebody with the super high kills? So I thought I would show a solo high kill record from Flux. If you guys haven't heard of him, definitely go check him out. I'm going to go ahead and leave a link down to his Twitch as well as his YouTube. Go over there, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. He live streams regularly and uploads regularly. If you want to pick his brain, find out what he's all about, go ahead and check him out. So let's see how he gets his 42 kill game. So the first thing a lot of times you got to do when you're playing solos is you want to get some map awareness. And your loadout. That's usually the key, because most people, if they're playing a little bit passive, they're not going to have enough cash to get their loadout, or they're not going to risk it. What you're going to see in this case, a lot of times where he risks getting that UAV instead of actually maybe getting a chance to buy himself back. He actually doesn't have the optimum loadout for this. He has a Car 98 and R9. So he has to kind of bait this guy. As the guy comes through, he uses the cover, comes back out, and then the R9, basically the guy gets scared, runs away, and he's able to finish him off. One of the things you don't realize a lot of times is when you go for a world record attempt, you pretty much have to go 100% full speed. Sometimes you're not going to plate. Sometimes you're not going to do everything that you would do if you were just trying to win. It's completely different strategy. So if you're trying to go for a high kill game, or you're just trying to go for a ton of wins, those usually do not align. So you either got to kind of go for one or the other, because typically going for high kills puts you in risky situations. So a lot of times in the beginning, like I was saying, most people aren't going to have their loadouts just because it costs too much, or they're not willing to risk their 4,500 to get bought back. Obviously, that is a personal revive. I would not buy a self revive in solos, pretty much unless late game, maybe you get a little lucky, it'll pay off. But if you buy a self revive in this, pretty much that's 4,500 that you could essentially use to buy yourself back. He is using an MP5 M4 combination, which is great for solos. I think in quads there's always, or trios, there's always a combination where you want to use a sniper rifle, maybe RPG. But in this particular case, I think this is the best combination for both movement and then lethality, as far as being able to get as many kills as possible. So he already has a cluster. He calls it in over there. There's another guy coming in, mounts up, tries to get a little shots there, and then it lets the cluster come in because he has a precision standing by. And the key with like just keeping up the pace is money for a UAV, chase down a kill, mark another kill where they're at, so then you can move from location to location, and every time you get a UAV, you're already thinking in your head maybe 2 or 3 different kills so that you can maximize that. So right here, he has 2 people over here on the right. He calls the precision on there on the roof, so the people got to rush down, and then he comes out hoping that they actually kind of clear out the building. There's actually 2 of them there. So it looks like as he comes up, they're either like in an engagement, he comes out, takes one down, and then the other one's running down. He ends up taking him out as well. He's kind of heading to where another dot was. And it's just all about pace. Ooh, he's got to back off, plate. And he's got to play this the right way. As you can hear the audio as the guy ran in. He feels like the guy went to this left side. He sees him. And then he ends up using his stun. So he stuns the guy. Good measure. He breaks him. And then he comes through. Only has to land a shot. This guy wasted money on self-revive, so he's not coming back into the gunfight. More than likely, he's not. So, sitting on 10 grand, he's got to get to this buy station. And these are always risky spots, but look at this thing he does. He peeks his window a couple times, even pauses for a bit. And that's just kind of a natural habit of good players. They tend to do the little things every time. Whereas sometimes maybe you're just playing and maybe 50% of the time you walk up, you're like, well, let me check this window. Well, let me see what's going on. Well, in this case, he's going to do those little things 100% of the time. Also, he's already looking at, there's a guy on this left-hand side. There's people over here on the left. There's a guy down here. He's going to be able to get a nice little easy kill. You can see how he swapped to the right weapon. Unfortunately, he didn't swap quick enough, and the guy's able to get on top. And this guy almost absolutely demolishes him because the guy gets the luckiest like kilo weapon. There was a little bit of a lag spike, and now he's got to go push this building. Plates up. He can hear the guy above. You can see him on the mini map. I think he's just trying to make sound to kind of distract the guy. There's a guy outside in the vehicle. Peeks the corner, comes back, pre-fires as the guy peeks, ends up taking him out. So nice little clean kill there. Could have gone badly, just because the guy got the absolute lucky drop. I mean, odds are there's nothing on the roof, but the guy lands and gets a good gun, at least with a lot of ammo. He's getting shot from behind. He doesn't know exactly where. You can kind of see the guys on the top story. This could have been the end of it. 8 kills with 99 left. Obviously, people come back from the gulag, or not from the gulag, but the buyback system. So there's a lot more than that. But in general, that is a lot of kills for this point in the game. This guy landed as well, popping up on the mini map. There's a guy down below. You hear him? Easy little kill. This guy doesn't have his loadout. Comes in, and this is where you're able to play a little bit aggressive, get into those engagements, because so many people are not running Ghost. Sadly, though, the one person that's running Ghost would probably ruin the game. You can see that the guy that was back at this little warehouse hangar building, or whatever you want to call it, the one that looks like the Karst River Quarry buildings, that guy, he was shooting, has a suppressed weapon, and had Ghost. He knew the guy was in here. Good use of the tactical. He ends up running late game. He ends up running the restock, which is interesting. Right now, I think he's running just the overkill. Gets a free loadout. You could always go with Ghost. So I think he thinks that there's someone down there, just rotating out. There it is. He did see somebody. He heard somebody, or they were on the mini map, and he just recognized where they're at. Now he just got to wait for them to come out. Easy kill. They guarantee don't have the loadout if they're buying a loadout. Unfortunately, couldn't get to that guy before he went to a buy station. But it looks like that guy went to the buy station, rotated over, thinking it was a safe spot, called it in. Probably a decent move. It's just unfortunate that he was so close. Backing up. Going to go get a UAV. Gonna risk it, right?
Enemy UAV overhead.
Somebody else has the UAV, so if they're close by, they know exactly where he is as well. Calls that in. Now he's going to use the vehicle basically to get to the next red dot he can. And there's several in this area. There's a guy on top here. And you can see how he jumped off the vehicle when, if you actually look at right here, like even he jumps off right here where he's going to be able to get to cover. I'm not sure if he's thinking that far ahead, but generally good players know how to position themselves so that even if that gunfight goes south, which he ends up having to push it, he still has an opportunity to get to cover. There's a guy on the right side as well, so if he jumps down and they get shot at, he could literally just go to this little rock formation in the middle. So you can see there's a guy on this right building, comes out, tries to aggressively take it, basically leaves that guy 1 or 2 shot, pushes it, and then he knows he could play this aggressive because he has full plates. Unless the guy really fully plated.
Be advised, UAV is bingo. Gas is closing. Get to the new safe zone.
The guy was trying to put up a mounted turret. Yeah, you shouldn't really use those unless you're playing quads. Easy little kill. Knows the guy has no chance to plate. Jumps it. And hopes he doesn't take damage, but ends up cleaning it up pretty well. There's still another guy on this one. You can see how he quick peeked it. There is still another guy on that building.
See you after TJ, my man. Take care.
So you can see he's going with the restock instead of Ghost, like I said. The benefit of this is restock is very strong, especially in solos. Using a tactical or a stun. Main reason for that is because pretty much even if you take an average tempo, right? Like let's say there's 20 minutes in the match left over between getting your loadout and the end of the match. What'll end up happening is by the time you've used one for a gunfight, that's almost always gonna win you the gunfight because no one's running battle hardened. No one's running that in VR. It's just not the case. Most people are running amp for that weapon swap. Basically now he's gonna have 2 of them for this gunfight. If he uses one, He still has one on standby while that one comes back. And there's usually between 30 minutes, a minute to a gunfight in between. So a lot of times you're already going to be fully stocked on your lethal and your tactical. Even if people know where you're at, you're trying to go for a high kill game. So cool, let people run towards you. This guy is still on the top of this building. Now you can hear the gunfire where he's shooting at. And he's going to go ahead and creep up behind this dude. This guy's probably not going to have any clue because he's distracted. It's going to be a nice, easy kill. Simple 15 kill streak. And then there's a guy back the way he was. He does have enough to buy another UAV though, so if he wants to get over to the side station, he can. You can see the guy sniping there. Kind of egos it a little bit. Peppers the guy and manages to get a couple hit markers. Rushes it because the guy broke the line of sight, so now the guy doesn't know he's that close. Could have the UAV. Ends up beaming that guy, and then he takes a risk here. You'll see he ends up taking a risk. He throws the tactical. It's creeping up, checking the side. And this is a risky play. The ladder play is very risky. Good thing is the audio sucks on ladders, so people can't hear you climbing. So that's why the guy had no clue he was coming up. Luckily, it was an engagement. He kind of gave away a guy's position. He's jumping across. He's 17 and still 75 total players left. So now he's got to go look for that sniper and find out where this sniper is.
Enemy UAV overhead.
He's looking for him, and he died. And you can see the sniper ends up being right here. And there's going to be a couple tells of why this guy probably isn't necessarily that good, the one sniping. Obviously, he pulled off a nice snipe. He was watching him for a while. But what ends up happening is most players that play like this, you can see by the guy's movement, he's not planning on going anywhere. And a lot of times what you can do is if you come back to the area and you see your loot unlooted, odds are that guy is still going to be in the exact same spot or relatively close to exactly where they were. So by knowing that the person didn't loot you, that tells you a lot about that individual player. Like you can see him, he's literally going in, looting. Even when we did that gameplay breakdown of that little bit below average player, in a previous video where I broke down subscribers gameplay, they literally just didn't loot anything. I don't know if they were scared to loot stuff, or maybe they're unaware of how to loot or whatever. But most people that camp like that will continue to be in the exact same area. And you're going to see him end up working back to that area, and he's going to take the guy out, and he's still going to be in the exact same spot. So he's checking area. He did hear somebody supposed to be landing. You can see they landed there on the left. I think he missed it. It was in his peripheral. They landed on the buy station. So he comes back, gets all of his stuff. He peeks that area really quick, comes back out, gets all of his stuff. The sad part right now, though, is he doesn't have any of his perks. So they're fighting it out there while that guy is still up in the building. Keep in mind that. We're looking for that Mara skin. He checks it really quick so he doesn't get sniped the second time. And then he's just trying to get the high ground here. Good timing. The guy's coming out. He jumps off. Fall damage isn't enough to give you any kind of fall damage from that height, so you don't have to even pull out your chute. And then you're pretty much good to go. So now he's going to go up this building. He's going to go on the opposite side. You can still hear the guy sniping up there. He just gave away his position. And he probably could have got more kills if he avoided this guy. I know he ends up getting 42 kills, but he probably could have got more if he just avoids this guy completely. But he didn't know he was on world record pace. He just didn't know. But he was going for that revenge kill. I know I get like this too. Regardless of what mode I'm playing, if somebody is kind of playing like a low skill player, I'm going to take him out. It's not even like this guy is in the zone sniping and has no reason to rotate. This guy, the zone's about to move in 33 seconds, and he's just going to end up taking this guy out. You can hear him. Does the outplay potential, and literally the guy's still in the same spot. Takes him out, get his money. He's good to go. Now he can rotate to the next spot. And that's an unfortunate part. That player that he just killed, they're going to get kills, feel good about it, but they're usually not going to win matches. So you're going to see the stun come in handy here for another gunfight. He's got to back off. The guy's coming in. He hears him. The guy has a ghost, it looks like, but no suppressor. and then takes him out. Easy little kill there. Those stuns are so broken. If you've ever used them in the gulag, been hit with the gulag, it's basically like a guaranteed win.
RTB for resupply.
You just change an angle, the people can't rotate, it lasts forever. It's literally broken, but not enough people use it. But in solos, it's a good way to go.
I've got 20,
Obviously, a lot of people go with the heartbeat
56
sensor.
left. Like,
But if you're
come
getting
on.
the UAV game, you don't really need the heartbeat sensor because the UAV is going to tell you where somebody is. You go after the kill, that person would have been in the heartbeat sensor anyways, and then you just go from kill to kill to kill to kill. And this ends up being a really good play right here. You're going to see him. He ends up knowing exactly where the guy is. He misses this first one. He throws it, gets the hit marker on the second, jumps in, knows the guy's low health, hit fire, take him out. Pretty easy kill. Now he's low on cash. Still about 4.5 minutes on the buyback, so people continue coming back into the game. He currently has 21 kills with 53 left. Or 51 left. And he's just rotating out here looking for any stragglers. He's trying to kind of get to a little bit of cover because this is not a good position to be in. And then just got to continue to rotate. But you can see the pace literally rushing 100% at people. It looks like somebody was next to that bush.
This absolute flipping bushwicky robot that's to my right.
Yep. The guy's got to come out of the bush. He's got to rotate in. A lot of times if people don't have gas masks, they're going to be screwed. You can see now he double checked and knows exactly where the guy is. And now he's just got to take an angle. Got to worry about behind him too. But he's just trying to get this guy taken care of. Low shot. Insta kill. That guy was mad too. So pretty decent game. I think most people would be happy with the 22 game total. And keep in mind there's still 20 more kills that he's going to get. So you can see that the dots are in the hangar. He's going to go chase that down. Hopefully that can get him enough cash to get a UAV. There he sees him. He's going to be on the UAV as well. Something to keep in mind. When somebody calls it in, they could be coming 100% at him. You can see how he went to the box, trying to get out of the sight, trying to get a little bit closer. The guy's in there. I think there's actually a couple people in there maybe. That looked like a different character than the one he initially had. Takes him out. Easy kill. This dude had 10,000 cash. Amazing. Another guy running in, rotating.
Get off me, man.
Gets a UAV. And then gotta go loot that body potentially.
Got a better M4 shot, I'm telling you. Telling you.
There's a guy landing in.
Let's come back.
Probably the guy he just killed. Because he had 10,000. So odds are the dude had closer to like 15,000. And he just bought himself back. There's another guy out here on the quad. Just gotta go chase him down. Jumps up. The guy doesn't know he's there. The guy, some reason, didn't go around the cover, but it worked out. Another bag of cash. 15,000. That guy's coming back. And that's something you could be aware of too. Is that guy going to come back? The unfortunate part with this mode is sometimes it's going to spawn you really far. So then you're going to have to glide all the way in, which can be a little bit unfortunate. And then he comes back, loots the other guy, and is sitting on an absurd amount of money. He saw the guy coming back for his money. Ooh, rip. Damn, that guy had a lot still. He's coming back. The glide, that's how long it takes to get back to your loot, because normally it's going to spawn you on a far end. He's buying a loadout because he wants his perks. Restock again. The faster swapping, and then also the faster movement speed with double time. So this guy, he could be on a hill. There it is. He missed a couple shots there. He could have probably broken that guy's armor a little bit easier. Throws a stun. It doesn't really connect. He ends up winning the gunfight. Basically is one shot. Enough for UAVs. The final buybacks are coming in. If people didn't have the money, they're done now. Now you could potentially get a self-revive if you wanted. Ooh. Beams this dude. No, it looked like he went around. Gets a UAV. Sees two more and can press it. Like I said earlier, in the solos, a lot more people are going to show up on the UAV than in quads, because most people can play together, play a little bit slow, comes in, easy kill. He's up to 28 now with 36 left. Is he going to beam this kid? Comes down and manages to hit him. One thing to keep in mind, I know a lot of times people will say aim assist OP. Aim assist does not help you in that scenario at all. That's 0 aim assist when somebody is flying through the air. It just doesn't do anything. So that's 100% the personal player's skill. There's another one on the other side of the wall, and there's another one gliding in. He had no clue. I think he was thinking he was going to jump around and didn't understand that you can mantle over this box. I think he was just going to pre-aim the corner. If the guy came around, he was probably going to shotgun him. I couldn't see the guy's loadout. That's the other guy that landed and beamed him. He probably only had the 2 plates you land with. And was going to try and get a gun or something like that. So that guy didn't have anything basically on his side. So multiple UAVs. So he's popping up right here.
32.
But like I said, as long as you stick to cover with this play, even if you don't have Ghost, you're going to be able to throw out those tacticals so that you can actually break the person with the concussion or a flashbang, and then pretty much you're going to get a free kill. Even if they know where you're at, that's irrelevant. Once you know where they're at, it doesn't matter. The only way you're going to get screwed is by a corner camper, which they're going to have their little thing. And that's the only bad thing when you're playing this aggressive, this fast. So the guy's somewhere, there he is, crouch walking around the corner. Usually if you crouch walk, you move slower so you're an easier target. That's just bad movement generally. If you don't want to be heard and you're creeping up on someone, maybe. Since you hear the guy coming in, you might as well be standing so you can at least strafe in the gunfight. And this is another close, this is probably one of the closest parts where he could have died. Besides that one by the rock where he was one shot. 33 kills. There's a guy right there on the right. I don't think he saw him. There's another one, he beams. That guy was probably a late lander. This guy's on the roof somewhere. Couldn't tell exactly where he was. There he is, he creeped around. And he ended up getting the guy. The guy was one shot, died to the gas. Still another person behind. Look at everyone coming out of the, like those guys were literally in the same building. There's 3 people over there. But that's solos. A lot of people stand next to each other and they don't even move. They don't even know each other are there. That is the closest gunfight. That's where his gun skill came in. He was just on that building. I don't know how that guy was up there. Unfortunate bad timing. But he was able to take care of that guy, which is pretty clean. Another person rushing on him. He has no plates. So he has to get this guy up top's plates. That's pretty much the play he's moving. Get the guy's loadout. He'll get the plates. Hopefully get the plates.
Please have plates.
See? Please have plates. That's all he's saying. He got a full 5 stack. Got tons of money. That guy had a lot of money. And that guy should have won. He was in the better position. He kind of snuck up that part. And he had everything going for him. The guy just missed his shots. You heard the glass break down low?
My heart is going chat.
And this is done on stream. This wasn't just recorded. So he's talking to chat, reading chat a little bit along the way as well. When he feels like he has a safe second. There's only 7 players left. Kind of a little bit bad spot to be up there, but he was just kind of trying to get a oversee of it, and he ended up paying for it. Guy's coming around, and that guy's self-rezzing, right? He lets himself res, watch, so he can get more kills here. So he gets 37, look, self-res, insta-kill him, and he ends up getting both of those kills. That guy did have a streak too. Could have potentially grabbed that. And normally when it comes to late game, more important than getting kills in the last seconds, if you're trying to go for a win, obviously you want to be in the right position, but you want to know where all the players are on the map. That guy had battle hardened. Nice. He was trying to engage 20 meters with the shotgun though, so he was not a good player. There's a little bit of a mine there, so somebody was trying to camp in a building. So he has 39 right now. The world record was 38 before this. So somebody is beaming. Just doesn't know exactly where. Sitting on 39,000, no buy stations. But like I said, you got to find out. The guy in the corner? There it is. He was. Easy little kill. That's where the stuns come in. Like, the guy had no chance. But you got to find out where the last players are if you're looking to get the win. So even if you see a guy, sometimes you can let him go because then they're going to give you the location of the other person and you could third party, fourth party, or whatever it is. But there's 3 players left and he's going to get 2 of them. So he sees the guy on the right, destroys him.
Ooh.
Still left, but what ends up happening is a guy ends up third partying that. He ends up shooting the guy that ran around the corner. He luckily runs into this, and then he knows that there's only one guy on this top left side that's got to rotate into here. He's either going to jump the wall or he's going to come out this right side. Pretty much those are the options for this guy. He snuck around, tried to do a gas play, and that's how it pretty much went. So 42 kills with 10,000 damage, absolutely insane. Like I said, go ahead and check him out on Twitch as well as YouTube. Go subscribe, go follow. If you want to go pick his brain on how you can improve at solos because that's your main game, definitely go hit him up. I know a lot of my content is primarily focused on team-based modes within the Battle Royale, but I would definitely go check him out. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you're brand new, looking to find your way back for whatever reason, make sure you are subscribed with notifications on. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.